The sun dipped low over the desert, casting long shadows across the rugged terrain. In the solitude of Midian, Moses, a shepherd exiled from Egypt, led his flock toward Mount Horeb. A man marked by destiny yet veiled in uncertainty, Moses was about to witness an event that would change the course of history. As Moses drew near, a sight both wondrous and fearful caught his eye, a bush ablaze yet unconsumed by the flames. From within the fire, a voice thundered, "Moses, Moses." Trembling, he replied, "Here I am." The voice identified itself as the God of his ancestors, commanding Moses to remove his sandals, for he stood on holy ground. God revealed his plan to deliver the Israelites from their bondage in Egypt. Moses, hesitant and filled with self-doubt, questioned, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh?" But God reassured him, "I will be with you," Exodus 3 verse 12. God knew Moses needed more than words to convince both himself and the people. He asked Moses, "What is that in your hand?" Moses replied, "A rod." God instructed him to cast it to the ground. As it fell, it transformed into a serpent, causing Moses to flee in fear. Then God commanded him, "Reach out your hand and take it by the tail." Obedient, though trembling, Moses grasped the serpent, and it returned to a rod. This sign was to show the Israelites that God had truly sent him. But God gave Moses another sign. He instructed him to put his hand into his cloak. When Moses withdrew it, his hand was leprous, white as snow. "Now put it back into your cloak," God said. Moses obeyed, and his hand was restored, as healthy as before. God then spoke of a final sign. If the people still did not believe, Moses was to take water from the Nile and pour it on dry land, where it would become blood. Despite these signs, Moses hesitated. "Oh my Lord, I am not eloquent. I am slow of speech and tongue." God reminded him that he created the mouth and gives speech. Even so, Moses pleaded, "Please send someone else." God, though angry, conceded to Moses' fear and appointed Aaron, Moses' brother, to be his spokesperson. "You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will help both of you to speak and will teach you what to do," Exodus 4 verse 15. With the signs and God's assurance, Moses took his wife and sons, mounted them on a donkey, and set out for Egypt, carrying the staff of God in his hand. This staff, now a symbol of divine authority, would soon perform wonders before Pharaoh. God reminded Moses of the harshness that awaited. Pharaoh's heart would be hardened, and only after God's mighty hand had been displayed through wonders and plagues would Pharaoh release his people. On the journey, an incident occurred where God sought to kill Moses, but his wife, Zipporah, circumcised their son and touched Moses' feet with the foreskin, saying, "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me." This act averted God's wrath. Finally, Moses met Aaron, and they went together to gather the elders of Israel. Aaron spoke all the words the Lord had given to Moses, and the signs were performed before the people. The Israelites believed, and when they heard that the Lord had seen their misery, they bowed down and worshipped. This narrative of Exodus 4 unfolds with mystery, divine intervention, and the powerful reassurance of God's presence. Each scene, rich with significance, invites the audience to reflect on faith, obedience, and the awe-inspiring nature of God's mission through Moses.